So this whole thing of K-pop, of being the genuine aspect point of my channel for a little while now, has been probably very confusing to you, as prior to, I don't even know how long, it's been like, you would not see an ounce of K-pop on my channel at all. So how did we get here? How did this all happen? Well, I'm here to explain. So, my journey with K-pop started all the way back in around 2017, when I was just a wee fetus. I am pretty young, guys. I still got a life to live, but I was pretty young in 2017. I was, what year was it? Like 3rd grade, I think? Had to be, because COVID, yeah, ew. But anyway, yeah, 2017, I almost said 2020. 2017, I was sitting in my classroom one day, and I unfortunately got paired with this popular girl, right? And this popular girl really liked BTS. It was very scary. It was a very scary kind of obsession. Like, it was borderline parasocial, it felt, from how it was being displayed at school. So she would come into class every day with her hydro flask, because she's popular, she has all that nice stuff at the time. She has a hydro flask with all of the BTS members' faces on it as stickers, and like BT21, like, not BT21 crap, went too far ahead, but like everything BTS related was on that hydro flask that they would take to school every day. That was the start of me saying something's not right, and that music should not make you feel like that, is what I thought, because as a wee little 3rd grader, I was busy blasting the living Tombstone, Try Hard Ninja, all these Five Nights at Freddy's fan songs. That's all I would blast in, like, whenever I got the chance at home. Never at school. I was too weird for that one. But was this 3rd grade? No, it was 2nd grade. Sorry, 2017, 2nd grade. Oops, like the second half of the year. But what I was about to explain happened in 3rd grade. So in 2nd grade, my teacher said specifically for me and some select students that we would be allowed to come to her classroom during lunch instead of having to go to the regular lunchroom, which, as an undiagnosed autistic kid, that was probably my safe haven for a very long portion of the year, when I didn't want to talk to anybody and I didn't want to see my friends that were being mean to me that day. They turned out being not my friends, but who cares? Back then they were. So I would go down to her classroom, I would come in with my lunch tray, I would sit down on the carpet, and she would let me pick whatever I wanted to watch on YouTube with her, which 90% of the time was Pokemon Go related, because she knew what the game was. She played Pokemon Go. My 2nd grade teacher played Pokemon Go. She loved it. So that was great. And one day during 3rd grade, when I would come in as per usual, because she let us do this until we left that elementary school building, and I went in there as per usual, as a 3rd grader, I went in there, and all of a sudden I see that popular girl again, and she's in there with her talking up a storm with the teacher, and I'm coming in there as per usual to watch my ASMR slime as per usual, and all of a sudden she starts going, oh my gosh, can you play BTS? Like, please, I need to see my husbands, please, I need to see BTS again, can you play their song DNA? And I'm sitting here, I'm just like, what? Who's BTS? Who? And so she's like, okay, I'll play it. So she plays BTS's song DNA with the music video on the smartboard, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, I don't like this music. This kind of stinks of poo. I don't like this. Why are they all like looking like that? Why do they all like have makeup of some variety on? That doesn't sit right. I thought men weren't supposed to have makeup. That's what I was taught. But no, they had makeup. They looked pretty. I'm like, why are they like this? This isn't normal. And this girl comes back to look at me, and she's like, what, do you not like it? And I'm like, no, I don't like it. It's weird. It's just gross. I don't know. And then she tried to fight me back on it by talking about my stuff and my nerdy interests to get back at me. Little to find out, her plans of showing me this so early ends up working out horribly for me. So I leave it at that. After seeing that BTS music video, I left it alone. I didn't want to see it ever again. And after that point of seeing it in school, I could not escape BTS for the rest of my life, where it was playing constantly on the radio stations forever, no matter how many channels I flicked through when my parents were in the car. BTS was always on one of them, and it made me so mad every time, because I'm like, I hate BTS, I hate K-pop, I don't know what this is. So let's time jump a little. Let's time jump a little ahead here. So we time jump to about 2022, and now I'm in about maybe 7th grade, I want to say. Yeah, 7th. It was like halfway, no, beginning? Was it beginning? I don't know. Some point in my 7th grade career, because it wasn't a good year. 2022 was not a good year. So I was playing my Spotify, and I said, you know what? Fuck it. Why not? Let's try K-pop again. Let's try that K-pop stuff again. So I go into my playlist, which already I was trying to pull myself back into the music that I was born into with my decade. So I went back a decade in music. So since it was 2022, I went back to music from the 2010s, the time period that I grew up in. Yes, yeah, I'm a fetus. I'll say it flat. I'm a fetus. Not really, no. And I go on my playlist, and on that playlist was already Circles by, I believe, Post Malone. Like, there was a lot of Post Malone, Drake at the time, Black Eyed Peas, a little bit of Imagine Dragons. There was a lot of really interesting stuff on there that I would not listen to now, to say the least of. I'm glad I kind of re-dropped everything from that, because honestly, no, I don't think mainstream Western music is a fit for me no more, so no thank you. But also on that playlist, because of a very specific collab that happened with, you know, the hit K-pop group BTS and the hit mobile game at the time, Cookie Run Kingdom, having a collab. That collab forced me to listen to BTS, because if you played through that collab, you would know what you did during that collab, because after going through a segment of the actual Cookie Run Kingdom game, you would be hit with the rhythm portion of the game where you're playing the song in a rhythm game format. You're playing Butter, Permission to Dance, Mic Drop, Yet to Come, and like I forgot the last song that they played besides Dynamite, because Dynamite was also on there. So yeah, I'm playing through this collab on my phone, and I'm loving it. I'm loving these songs. I'm loving the collab. And I'm like, wait a minute, why does this actually sound kind of fire? What is this? Is this really BTS? Is this the same BTS that I hated? So I add all the songs onto that playlist with Drake, with Post Malone. I have it there. So that way when it's shuffling, because this was before I had premium, I was able to still listen to all these songs without having to open Cookie Run Kingdom to play the game, which I thought was pretty nice. But as it went on, I played more and more through the collab, and then we got to near the end of the collab, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, what do I want from this collab? And that's when they announced Riddle Kingdom. Riddle Kingdom was a thing where you would have to go around outside or into promotional content for this collab, find codes, and put the answer to the riddle into the game to receive upwards of 10,000 gems for gacha rewards, and you would get 2 raffle tickets. The first raffle ticket would be for a giveaway package, which included a lot of BTS themed merchandise from the game for the collab, but I didn't win that. No, the second thing was more interesting to me, so I put both my raffle tickets actually towards it. I put both raffle tickets towards the BTS Together, whatever the name of the collab is, for the art book, because I loved art books at that point. I wanted to have an art book for this collab, because genuinely, please look up this collab, look up the art for this game. It is so good. This collab was so visually appealing to me. It was just straight eye candy. I loved it. So I put in my 2 cents. I left it alone. I kept shuffling BTS. I kept doing it. And then one day in 2023 in the mail in January, like a couple weeks after my birthday, I get a text from my dad, and he said, "Hey, something came in the mail today. Are you sure you didn't order anything?" I'm like, I didn't order anything, to be so fair with you. I didn't order anything. Why? What's wrong? He sends me a photo of this big package, and I'm like, I don't know what it is. Can you open it, please? I'm still here at school trying to get through my last class. He opens it, and it was the BTS art book collab. The art book from the game. The way my jaw dropped to the floor. I didn't think I'd win it. I was given no, like, announcement thing, no, like, warning on any of my socials I had connected to my account that I wanted. Nothing. I had nothing from that. So I'm like, oh my gosh, wow, I won. Only to find out years later that there was only maybe 8,000 or 10,000 of those art books made, and I have one of them on my shelf. It's insane to think about, but it's probably the nicest thing I have, besides a couple things that I own now. That kind of pulled me even deeper into BTS, but I still didn't know all the members. I couldn't tell you the difference between Jungkook and Jimin. I still can't, to tell you, to be honest with you. I have other groups I'm focusing on right now. But yeah, so that led me to listen to more of the songs that BTS had released at the time before the military thing happened. But they still didn't pull me in. Be so for real, they didn't pull me in still. I was like, this is still way too poppy. I don't like this. This is gross. And so I dropped BTS again by the end of 2023. I left it alone. I didn't want to listen to them anymore. This was boring because I was listening to the same 6 songs. So now we head into about 2024, near the end of it, or like halfway through, started the change in horizon for my music taste. I was going from hardcore rock, or just rock music in general, from bands and groups like Green Day, Fall Out Boy, My Chemical Romance, Nirvana, Linkin Park. I was going from bands and groups like that aren't necessarily rock, but some of them were. I would go from groups like that to more alt and indie again. I hadn't touched indie since 2021 at that point, but going indie in 2024 like that was probably my biggest save of the year, but also so was going alternative, because going alternative found me 21 Pilots again, which was absolutely an insane fever dream trip, which led to probably everything you see on the channel today. As you know or you don't know, because this might be the first video you see from me, I've seen 21 Pilots live. I saw them live in 2025 at Tinley Park, Illinois on the Breach Tour. That was fantastic. They put on a great show, even though I was far away and I really couldn't see because the guy in front of me would not sit down in his fucking seat because he was a tall grown-ass man just drinking beers. He didn't even know who the group was. I'm still mad about it. But I got okay footage. You can view that in my channel. I'll link it down below if you want to see the full show for that. That was awesome. But yeah, that was probably my favorite thing of the year. So leaving 2024 with them was my best decision, as going with 21 Pilots into 2025 led me back down the road of Fall Out Boy, My Chemical Romance, then led me to Panic at the Disco, Paramore. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. I really didn't expand my horizon too much after that. So yeah, I was vibing with the set of groups and bands that I liked. I'm like, yeah, I think I'll stick with Western alternative. This is great. Tell me why in 2025 and around August, I'm scrolling my TikTok page and I get this song. Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip, hip hip. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, Jay, what was that? I don't know. It was a good song, though. It sounded really nice. I liked it. I didn't know if it was Western or K-pop. I couldn't tell. And I'm like, oh, wow. I really like this. This is genuinely amazing. Let me go look it up. So I look it up. It was Stray Kids, guys. It was Stray Kids. Of course it was. Stray Kids is everywhere, all around the world. So I looked up Stray Kids, and I listened to the rest of the Karma release, because it was brand new at the time. I listened to Karma front to back on the album. I fucking loved it. I was like, oh my god, I love this. I never said I like K-pop, but this is amazing. I don't know what this is. It's still K-pop, guys. Stray Kids is still K-pop. That spooked me. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And what didn't help is, I forgot to mention it, at the start of 2025, was it 2025 or 2024? I don't remember. Whenever Squid Game Season 2 was really big, and I had found out that T.O.P. from Big Bang was an actor in Squid Game, when I found that out, I didn't care that he was like, I love that he was a Squid Game actor, but I didn't even know he was in a K-pop group until after I had found out and I researched it. So that led me to also slowly becoming a fan of Big Bang, with him and G-Dragon being my biases. It was pretty crazy of a switch for me at the start of the year like that, but I still have a lot of Big Bang songs on my playlist. I love them so much still. I love them to death. So having Stray Kids like a couple months apart from that was kind of a funny sight, but at the same time it was kind of called for. If I was already getting into one group, there was already a way for me to go down a rabbit hole, so that didn't help me. So as I started going through the Stray Kids discography over those weeks leading up to the start of the school year, so now we're in 2025, obviously. You're wondering where the hell I am in this timeline. I was a sophomore, or I still am, sorry. Yeah, you heard it first, folks. Your man here is a sophomore in high school. Making you content. I have a lot of time now on my hands. So I got into Stray Kids like that during sophomore year, during the first half of sophomore year, and it was probably the best decision I made, because listening to sad music only made me worse as the time went on, because I'm still actively struggling with my mental health. But 21 Pilots made it ease up for a little bit, as you know how their music is. If you know, you know, with them being very much like mental health advocate, but also their music is still really, really sad if you get down to the gritty with some of these content lyrics. But with Stray Kids, when I got into them, I hadn't found those sadder songs yet. Like, they do have sad songs, but they're not like 90% of the discography, so I was okay. And slowly and more, I started falling in love with this group. I started learning members' names that I would never learn before because this is an 8-member group. I would never in my days learn an 8-member group if I was back in 2017. I would not have the patience for this. But no, all of a sudden, I know about more members than just Felix, because that's all I knew at the time when I got into Karma. I knew that the blonde guy was Felix. That was it. But then over time, I'm like, oh yeah, there's Sungmin, there's Ayan, there's Hyunjin, there's Bangchan, there's Changbin. Like, I'm knowing who these men are. If you asked me 2 years ago who any of these men were, I would not tell you shit besides Felix, because he's the only one I know, because he's the one that everybody knows, because he has a deep-ass voice, and he's 90% of the time he's blonde. I blame Hyunjin sometimes for tripping me up back in the day when I started, because they were both blonde at some point. So, yeah, I got into it, and slowly more and more, I ate through the discography pretty fast, and soon enough, I started buying albums, and that's where I led to my absolute obsession with the app Mercari, and I still can't stop buying albums. I think my total album collection across the group albums that I have about 30 albums on my shelf. About 90% of them are pre-owned though, so a lot of them did not come with everything they were supposed to. I'm missing a group poster, like 2 group posters for Ordinary, but like that's about it. And obviously I'm missing a lot of photo cards from these albums because a lot of them didn't come with them, so that's fine, I don't care. I've only bought 1 photo card. I started going through it. I really like Stray Kids. I think my favorite album after Karma, when I started listening, this is before Do It came out. This is all before Do It came out. My favorite album before Do It came out was Hop. It was a tie between Hop and 8. And then after Do It came out, because I didn't even know Do It came out until I went to Target. No, I didn't go to Target. I went to Walmart. And I saw the It version on the shelf. And I'm like, wait, Stray Kids dropped a new album? Since when? And it wasn't an album, it was an EP. I didn't know the difference between mini albums and, regular albums yet. I do now, don't worry. So I'm going through the motions with this, and I'm like, oh my god, wow. Yeah, let's go to Target real quick to go get the Do version, because I didn't want the It version yet. I wanted the Do version, because I know the Do version came with the mirror, and I wanted to pull Felix's mirror, or Sungmin's mirror. So I went to 2 different Targets to go find this thing. I eventually got it and came home with it. I opened it, it was Hyunjin's mirror. The betrayal I felt at the time. I don't feel that betrayal no more. I love all 8 deeply, but specifically Sungmin, Ayan, and Hyunjin strike a chord in me now more than they did when I got into the group. So yeah, and as that time went on, after Do It came out, I think probably one of my favorite albums to this day is Hop, because of all those solos, but also I've grown an affinity for their Japanese album or EP, Hollow. That's why you hear it at the end of my videos. It's now my exit music. So yeah, after I got into Stray Kids, it was pretty smooth sailing on my collection. I would go to Target here and there if I had a good chunk of money. I think I've spent $97 into Target just on 6 Stray Kids albums, because I bought a Hop album with an accordion of Changbin that I ended up selling later in the year. I bought a Karma and a Do It accordion. I bought the Karma edition. I bought that, and then I bought the It version all in the same day. That was $97 for 6 albums. But I pulled a lot of Ayan, so I was okay with that, and Felix. I pulled plenty at the time. I was fine. I just didn't pull any Sungmin. I still don't own a Skazoo. I want to own one, but I don't have money for that just yet. I'll clip in a video of me showing my shelf off. I'll clip a video of my media shelf of all my stuff. So after getting into Stray Kids, I started branching out more because I wanted to branch out more besides just buying Stray Kids albums. I felt very claustrophobic in this. So I start scrolling and I start asking TikTok, hey, give me some K-pop groups I want to start standing. And I didn't like BTS still. I had a tolerance for it, but I couldn't listen to it. You couldn't make me listen to BTS still. Now you kind of can. It depends on the album though. And so someone suggested, oh, you should get into this group, and then sent a photo of Kyo. And I'm like, who the hell is this man? He looks kind of fine. And they're like, oh, it's Kyo from P1 Harmony. You should check out their music. Check out their most recent album, Killin' It. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll give it a shot. So I listened to Killin' It all the way through front to back. Loved it. There went the next rabbit hole. My bias in P1 Harmony is Soul. Kyo is my record. And then a little after that, I was at the thrift store again, and I went in, and in the K-pop shelves, I saw an Enhypen album. I'm like, I always wanted to give Enhypen a try, but I didn't want to buy an album at the full price for no reason, just to hate it. So when I saw Desire Unleashed on the shelf as a compact version, I got that for $6, and it came with everything. It was supposed to come with, I think, 2 or 3 photo cards. It only came with 1, but I'm not mad about it. But it came with literally everything everything else. The stickers, the posters, the CD, everything else was in there. So for $6, I'm not complaining. I took it home, I put it in the CD player. Guys, I found my next group to stant. My bias in Hypen right now. I'm still a very baby with this group. My bias in Hypen is Nikki, but my bias record in Hypen is Jay. I'm still trying to learn everybody still and trying to finish up in Hypen discography. I think the only 2 albums I've heard have been that most recent release, The Sin Vanish, and then Desire Unleash. Oh, and Dark Blood. I've listened to that too. Sorry, almost forgot. Or was it Black Blood? I don't remember what it's called. Something Blood. I forgot. You'll see it pop on the screen. But yeah, I liked those are a couple of albums I've listened to from Hypen, and I really do like them. I want to get into them more, but Stray Kids has been strangling me by the goddamn neck because they keep releasing shit. Yeah, and then after that, I fell into love with 3 more groups after that, and that led me down the rabbit hole of X-Love, ATEEZ, and TXT. Yeah, after that, I started finding X-Love through B. That was a song that I heard because I had watched the performance video for it, and I really loved how they looked. And then when I learned it was a genderless concept, that made it better for me because it made me feel better as a non-binary person. Saying a whole K-pop group with that concept just made something in me feel very happy. And I listened to the rest of X-Love. It was my favorite thing. I still listen to it a lot. You can catch me listening to that album on shuffle a lot. It's pretty great. My bias in X-Love is Haru. I love him so much. His outfits fucking eat every single time. I love it. After that, I fell through with TXT because slowly I started getting more and more TXT content on my TikTok page, and I ended up, when I was at the thrift, the same day I got IMU, Nero, Maxident. I got another copy of Maxident to replace my old one, and the scanning version of Ordinary. I had found the name chapter Free Fall from TXT on the shelf for I think $11, and it came with everything except like it was missing 2 photo cards, but it came with the pre-order bonus and an extra photo card, so that was pretty cool. So I opened it, I went through the album, I'm like, yeah, these men look kind of nice. I need to listen to it. I've only gotten through the name chapter Free Fall. That's the only album I've heard from TXT, so I don't really have a bias yet. I don't have one yet, but we'll get there if it actually hits harder. I might go live on Twitch about it. I don't know. I'm debating on it, but if y'all can pull me into TXT, please do. Please give me something else to throw my wallet at that's already crying from Sungmin. And then the last group, the most recent group that I've been falling for is ATEEZ. This was already an ongoing thing, but this Twitch streamer on the screen, I'm gonna put their user up on the screen. Live, laugh, love you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome Twitch streams, guys. They are a big 18-y that recently got welcomed to Stayville, and I'm like, let's go vice versa. Let's go 1 for 1. I'll become an 18-y if y'all give me the right songs. I'm still trying to get through it. I've only heard 2 ATEEZ songs, but I've seen a couple ATEEZ music videos, and I'm thinking I'm developing a bias. I think my bias for ATEEZ right now, as it stands, before I go deeper, is probably San, as I'm standing. I don't know, that man's kind of fine, guys. San is kind of fine. But yeah, I'll get more into ATEEZ as the time goes on because I need to lock in on that. There's a lot of albums I need to listen to still. I have a whole backlog of like 12 hours worth of music I still need to backlog through of BTS, P1 Harmony's Discog, No, I finished Hypen, sorry. ATEEZ and TXT. I need to get through all of those albums first. I'll link what I'm gonna be listening to for the next couple days in the description if y'all want to go view the playlist of what I'm going through, and you'll see it, because there's also some Stray Kids stuff I have left to listen to as well, such as Go Live and some of Skiz Replay. So yeah, K-pop has been a very interesting journey because with Stray Kids especially, I didn't bring it up, but during that 22 to 23 period, I was still hearing Stray Kids songs. I just didn't know it was them, hence why I didn't bring it up. During 2022, I would hear the songs Maniac and God's Menu absolutely blow the fuck up on TikTok. It was insane. I'm like, I kind of like these songs. They're kind of cool. I just didn't know it was Stray Kids. I didn't know it was more K-pop, so I didn't care. I scrolled. And then in 2023, I heard La 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 La. You know, that song blew up. I listened to it on TikTok. It was pretty good. I liked it again. But I did the same thing. Didn't know it was K-pop. Didn't know it was them. And scrolled. I believe I would have been into Stray Kids a lot sooner if that was the case. But now I'm probably it's barely been a year of me being a stay. I'll be a stay for 1 year in August. When August comes around this year, it'll be 1 full year of me fully standing Stray Kids, which is insane to think about because wow, I've done so much with my collection in a year. Wow. I think my top 5 Stray Kids songs right now as it stands, because it's always changing in no particular order, is Han Solo, Hold My Hand, Hollow, Red Lights, S-Class, and for 5th spot, it's a tie between Miro and Stray Kids. P1 Harmony, I don't have a top 5 for as I've only listened to Killin' It and X, a tiebreaker between Stupid Brain and X, and Killin' It, sorry, that's the top 3. That's the top 3 then, my bad. So, yeah, K-pop, interesting genre, industry, both, I don't know. It's a nice little vibey spot. I know the community is a very messed up one, and it can get very toxic very fast. I've seen that for myself. Skeleton click. Clickies. 21 Pilots fandom. If you've been on Twitter, you know. Yeah, so it's not my first run around with toxic fandoms. So, yeah, very interesting. It's an interesting journey I've had with both music in the last couple years, in the last 6 years or so, as well as me growing to absolutely love something, even though I hated it for years. Hell, I love Stray Kids so much that I went and saw the Dominate experience twice at 2 different theaters. I saw it once at AMC on the 7th, I think, 7th of February. And then I saw it again on Sunday, the next day over. It was a Saturday. I went Saturday and Sunday at 2 different theaters, and it was insane. Absolutely loved both vibes. AMC was hosting it in IMAX, so I saw it in IMAX there, and then I saw it regular at the local theater that was nearby to me. That's like 5 minutes from my house. It was pretty fun. It was only $8 to go, so why not? Why not just go? So yeah, K-pop. I don't think I'll be leaving this community or this like industry for a while. At least I don't think so. Like, I have so much on my walls already. I have so much more to put up. It's absolutely lovely. If you want to give it a shot, if you want to give K-pop one more shot, depending on what you like, I will compile a Spotify playlist of what songs I would recommend from each group that I listen to. Just know that there are going to be poppier tracks in there, and if you don't like genuine pop music, skip them, please. I beg of you, don't just take them as, oh, they all are gonna sound like this, especially with Stray Kids. And I know it's probably a pain to, like, get into some of these groups, as some of them are genuinely massive for most people to manhandle. But, I mean, if you could remember BTS members, then good on you. You could probably remember these guys, too. Yeah, so I'd say that's probably been my insane journey with K-pop, as it has definitely become an acquired taste, the whole genre is. But once again, I'll link a playlist down below of songs I recommend to people if you want to get into it. It's a very fantastic vibe. If you do end up becoming a stay, an ATEEZ, an E-Love, a VIP, a ATEEZ, anything, a MOA, let me know in the comments, please, let me know. We have a Discord server for this reason. Yeah, join that thing. So, yeah, thank you. You listened to the probably first ramble I've ever done, but it's also kind of story time if you think about it hard enough, you know? It's very interesting. This probably isn't gonna blow up, but who knows. So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys the next time I do another long little story video like this, or like a ranty kind of video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!